once you open up an estate account, no matter whose name's on it,
Information.
I understand, to death, where then you really don't have any say over what happens, because on death, the account, the original account is just in Mr. Joint accounts. We're not talking about
Joint
that, we're
account.
talking about real estate assets here, probate assets. Also, Grace, also, you mentioned on there that the actual, I mean, you don't know, because.
No, I have no clue.
But you do know there was a mortgage on the house?
Yes.
Do you know if the car was owned or not?
It was not.
So, I mean, my thought is the thing here is the timing of it all, and not just the timing, but the importance of what she's saying is going on, not knowing. I mean, nobody knows. If you don't know.
When you're not getting the information. That's what I don't like about the process. This should be shared.
In this process, the estate paying the car payment and all that until you're not allowed.
The sheriff's department.
Do we have anybody here representing the other party, Miss Amanda Michael?
Plan, I guess, to list the house, is that the ultimate goal? List the house, get it, rep it for sale, sell the house, pay,
Split between the two there.
give us input on this, or?
You can, sorry for not dressing up today, I didn't realize I was coming downstairs, but you cannot be removed. I mean, the chapter 44 lays out the grounds where a petition can be filed to raise grounds, malfeasance, fraud. The county court, the county commission believes that there's been sufficient grounds, then the county court can issue a show cause to that administrator, asking them to come before the court and show cause why he or she should not be removed.
Yeah, and just to be fair, I never had heard the term show cause order until the last estate. And so make a vote or make, like today. But are you saying that the proper thing to do?
Does the administrator know about today's hearing?
We're certain that
She never picked up the certified letter.
the certified letter wasn't picked up and there was a voicemail left.
I tracked it again.
And when is this, you said, I heard a deadline, a date.
Well,
60,
they have
90
90
days.
days after they're appointed administrator to file the initial paperwork. That just has come and gone. That was September the 4th. But
Let me ask you this question, Dan. In this situation, when there might be a fear of foreclosure or repossession of a probatable asset,
Do you know that for sure? Is there something that's saying that we have to happen?
no, because
I don't
I think the problem, I think what they're saying is they wouldn't have any way to know. It would go to the estate or the administrator, or could even be going right to their mailbox.
and this all, what you're saying is there's been,
I mean, I would be fine with the show cause order.
You just make the normal attempts at service like you do any other time, but I think, is this individual not local or not local?
I
She's in
think their
Florida.
address is local and their, cell phone, but
And
they
she
don't
actually-
know for sure where.
Was there a bond that was set? Not required. I think the safe route would be to set a show cause with a quick turnaround.
like, by the next meeting, November 5th.
I think, I have to double check the rules on that, but I think that that would be wise to do. Make sure there's no times.
3 weeks.
We did it today.
Qualifies the administrator, she left obviously all of her contact information, phone number, what that was, is it? does it
It's
say
still her
it's a
name.
Working number? Is it-
It's still
is it a
under her name.
message?
I left a message.
I would issue a show.
Saying, essentially, we're gonna have her show calls and do it by, if we agree on the next meeting, then at that time, we can grant your.
Well, really, the show cause is to show us cause as to why we shouldn't remove her as
Right.
administrator.
Requesting the things that you would like
A
to.
lot of time, well, I'd say the majority of the time, we are maybe more lenient than we are strict, meaning we at least give people a chance to, and then if that doesn't happen, then we move forward.
This is probably the closest to these things.
Yeah, we literally just dealt with an estate that was like 17 years old, like.
But if there's an issue, we want to deal with it. It's not like.
No, I think you've done the right thing, because these things, the longer they sit around, boy, the more complicated they become,
Yeah.
and the more problems.
But I appreciate it.
All right.
You're asking me to do it?
Great, but I can make the motion. I'd like to make a motion to issue a show November the 5th as to why we should not remove her as the administrator and appoint Ms. Grace Sullivan as the administrator.
You can also suspend her. I don't know what the allegations are in the petition for removal, whether it's,
There aren't any allegations, just lack of.
60 days is up on the letter of administration.
So technically, she's only, when she comes in on June 6th, she's only technically the administrator for 60 days unless she comes back in and
She
does
has
something.
to, she has to get renewed,
so it was in June that she qualified,
correct.
correct? And she was appointed.
Provisional?
And then she never came back.
So paperwork was due by September, but technically their 60 days have been up in August.
Correct.
And then no response.
Ask more questions, I know you're thinking, but if you have someone who come in and qualify and has a 60-day, I don't want to call it qualification period, but a 60-day term that they are qualified as the administrator, is there legally an administrator at this point? Could someone else come and file to be the administrator if that time has lapsed?
I don't think so.
That's a good question, I'm not sure.
I don't think it's because the vehicles getting access to bank accounts, any stocks, bonds.
So
That's what
essentially,
they're used for.
so whenever you say changing titles, like the vehicle would go from Mr. Sullivan to the estate.
Correct.
Mr. Sullivan, same
Or,
thing.
if,
Yeah, not to the administrator.
Right.
correct. But that's 60 days. And if they don't get everything accomplished, which some can't.
They at
because,
least
some
call you.
have-
Given that, I think the court can go ahead and remove her today.
All right, we have a motion. You want to rescind that motion? Or change it?
Yeah, I'll rescind my motion. As the administrator of the estate of Mr. Michael James Sullivan, and appoint Ms. Grace Sullivan as the administrator of the estate as of today, October 15th.
Motion on the floor. Any further comments, questions on that motion? All in favor?
All right,
Aye.
I think it's pretty clear cut, so it's not too much, you just basically repeat.
I mean, we can do one.
You can do it?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. And then Bill, will Bill
If
sign it?
it's something simple like that, we can do
Yeah, it's
that.
pretty simple, it's pretty simple.
So,
Can she give,
Figure that.
can she let you all look at the bank statements that she does have?
She does.
Where it was $500 a day?
Oh, I don't need to see it.
Okay.
I don't need to see it, but if you can't get that money out of the bank account because it has one person's name on it until you make it the estate account, then I would think that anything that happens, no matter how it happened, is protected at least. Meaning, the money might not be sitting in there, but it's not, it's the estate's account. It's the estate's money, and so I wouldn't think, I'm no lawyer, but I wouldn't think it's not half somebody's and half somebody's in this case if there's only two heirs. So I think the protections are at least in place. The ones I hate, I mean, it has nothing to do with this case, but the ones I hate are the ones where everybody knows that it was supposed to be split, but somebody went because they couldn't get to the bank anymore, so they went and put one heir on it with them. And once they do that, well, guess what? When they die, yeah. Even though everybody knows that the reason they were helping them was because they couldn't get to the bank or needed
See, when
help.
she came in and qualified, she said, it's just me now. And I said, and Grace. And she said, no, 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 I only had to put Grace on my mom's estate because she was a minor. She's an adult. And I said, so are you.
Yeah.
I said, to West Virginia, and she was not happy.
That is how it is though, if there's no will.
because her dad was her brother,
Yeah.
and he passed away, so that's what brings her in.
Sure.
And there's nothing that breaks my heart more than seeing anything like this that gets in the way of family. I mean, it
Yeah.
absolutely breaks my heart. So, of the estate.
I said-
About half the value of the state, that's how it works.
I said, that's not how it works. You would have to give her half of the market value of the house.
Yeah. Well, it's a big responsibility, so
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Oh, sure. Commissioner Warren needs to use the restroom for the 7th time today. Seriously, he told me he's already used it 6 times. I got a lot of water yesterday. I just don't, I don't know how you drink that much water. Should we do?
No, you're not in.
Travel work.
I don't think so.
No.
I get it. Well, we better wait till Sean's back. I'm sorry, I thought he was coming up. You're good.
Don't worry, I'll be quick.
Man, I didn't, when I saw that, the things, and I was like, this isn't gonna work out.
Yeah, I just don't want you to feel slighted or get mad. Kick my shoes off.
To get that all, by the 5th year I was doing it, I could probably look at somebody's, and I'd be like, who's coming? They'd be like, so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. But that's gonna take 15 minutes.
How many years did you do?
5,
President, you mean?
yes.
Oh, so 6 will be next year.
No. I did 5, he did 3. I feel like somebody else. 5, 3, 1. That's the number of years we've been presidents. Bill's trying to tell me I gotta do it next year, and I said, I don't know how I can be up next. I already have 5 in.
So you're trying to say I'm supposed to?
No, I'm really saying Bill should. Bill is, we know he's busy, but.
No, I agree. I mean,
I don't want to talk about that. Okay.
you're busy.
I wasn't here. I've been coming to them for quite some time, but the reason for that was because I was at the governor's conference on tourism. And I got correspondence from the governor and secretary of state that I wanted to share with the committee. As you may know, in July, the Department of Tourism in the state, the governor and secretary of state are, I guess the executive branch, are counties within the state. An arts-related grant so I'm going to take a step back and try to explain some of what would make more sense. If on it.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
We tried to get on it.
None that are publicly accessible.
I had a YouTube. Yeah, they took it down.
Great video. It made me love that.
But if we can figure out a way now, but we went. It was incredible.
I would love to.
But
yeah, so there's a state waterfall tour, which I think will include 63 locations across the state. You have the state paranormal tour with additional spots this year. And another tour that they're starting the end of this year, beginning of next year, art tour, where each of the 50 counties, most counties in the state do not have an arts council. So the reason I'm here today is just to say, however this grant, Governor and Secretary of State, it appears that this grant is meant for kind of like the Division of Arts, Culture, and History under Tourism, in my the receiver of those funds in order to put together the mural. So I just wanted to make sure that I was clear about, what I heard, because I know there's going to be a lot of people that want to be involved with this project.
So the money's coming to the counties.
The money's coming directly to the counties, yes. Apparently, you're supposed to get a letter addressed from the governor to the county commission.
We get all kinds of letters. Sometimes we get money we don't even know it's coming, but it's never for us.
Yeah, so this is that, and this is how they talked about it, and since we have an arts council in most counties,
They're a
I just
legacy.
want to.
Well, they've been a legacy funding organization of.
fight you on it and say, no, we're gonna keep the money, but I don't know that I would ever wanna try to keep it. Only because I'm not very artistic.
That's also not where I was coming with it either. I just, when other organizations come in and say, hey, we want that money,
They've been around here a long time, very established. They know grants, they never try to give any money to anybody else.
yeah.
But no, I appreciate that.
I just wanna go on the record.
I didn't, combine the arts, culture, and history folks with the tourism folks.
Yeah, they did
Yeah,
that.
that's July 1st.
But that makes,
That was in order to maintain it, really.
Really to maintain it with national funding for arts. We know in West Virginia that art and history and culture need to protect those, and that's kind of why this
Solution.
came to be.
How is
I was in 8th grade. So,
how long ago was that? He was here not too long ago.
It was a nice.
When is it?
that would have been 2012.
He's still.
Nice way to slide that in there.
Yeah, that's one thing I never got.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I tried.
Gosh.
I wasn't dedicated enough.
And the other thing, again, this is just a correspondence, not anything else. The West Virginia Wellness Festival this year, we have had it for the last 34 years. We are extending it to a 3-day event this year and working with the Well to host one of the days there and have a pickleball tournament. Part of what I'm looking to do over the midterm with tourism in Morgan County is see some untapped potential that we might have in sports tourism. We're in a really unique market where folks in Northern Virginia and the DMV, Chesapeake Bay region of Maryland, pay a lot for indoor sports space.
Oh, Bill, you should elaborate. No, never mind.
So, I've said we have a competitive advantage with the affordability that we have of those types of spaces here within the community, and it creates the idea. So, if you are looking at different, sports, they're generally high-income people who have time on their hands. Instead of paying $6,000 in Loudoun County for an event space to hold a fencing, it becomes a pathway to tourism in the future. So these are things that I want to expand on in the future, and this is the first way that we're going to be incorporating the well in with tourism. So I just-
Keep thinking like that. That's how I feel about that, that we've not felt.
Yeah, meanwhile, people like you
me,
to
I'm
come
not
up with
thinking-
ideas like that.
more than happy to help those guys.
I mean, you're an idea guy. I'm an idea guy, but not anything out of the box.
No, fencing with no cross.
I'm not even in a box. I mean, I'm.
Desert, you were in space. We were in a meeting yesterday and, on Zoom. and Bill
I was
kept on-
observing.
He kept on changing his background. For a sock. It was good, it was a great meeting. Kept us entertained.
Well, Gus, thank you so much.
A little bit, but okay, thank you.
In charge of that, but I know he probably did a lot of volunteering. Yeah, I thought it was very, and Misty did, of course, too. And Bill, you did too on Friday. There was a lot of, man, I thought it was super, I mean, Saturday, you couldn't ask for better weather.
It was packed
And then even though there was a little rain Sunday, man, Saturday was.
the most, but they were selling on Saturday. And they had to pack up and go home because there was no reason for them to stay Sunday.
It's a good day. It's a good day.
Yeah, so kudos to everybody. I know it takes a village.
And it-
Let's leave the Army out of it.
But it was good, it was a success. But they did sponsor the egg toss, and you are looking at one of the champions. Just gonna throw that out there. Yeah. Well, I won it a few times,
Well,
but
that's-
it's
nobody
nice to
was
win it
there.
on the 50th anniversary, though.
Nobody was there. Always the question.
He told me, because it would already been scrambled the day before, so I didn't eat it.
Don't eat it.
Oh, it's still good. I'll eat it. Probably already hard boiled then.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I won.
Exactly.
No, the good news is everybody else's eggs broken.
Pay off.
Yep. To lose our employer.
You're either a pretty renowned cheater or you've done that pretty well over the past few years.
We're always in the top few.
Yeah, so that's good. You got that under.
It was fun, it was fun. It was just a great festival. And by the way, that bandstand they built over there across the way in the park, that thing's awesome. You seen that? They made a stage.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, sir, whenever you talk to a fencer, ask him one question. House way. Rapier. That's the type of sword they use.
I figured that's what he was
Not a
talking
ninja, sir. I wear armor. Between kendo and fighting.
I would say you've had not a pleasant time.
Yeah, sometimes tend to. So basically, there's three. They direct, segment different sections: county clerk, assessors, commission's office, prosecutor. One switch died. That's the best way I can put it. Power supply went out. It didn't have any redundancy in it, and it knocked certain sections offline. Fast forward, we figured out what happened, and we were able to reconfigure one of the other switches to support the sections that were down. So right now, we do have a replacement switch in. It is powered up, but it is not configured yet. Now, I asked the network techs what would be the best plan ahead forward. My thinking was to go ahead, configure the switch, and bring us fully back up to where we were before we crashed. I was told that wasn't the best plan. It was one plan, it wasn't the best plan. What we started to discuss was a redundancy of having the second set of switches in that we could fail over to in case the fact that between layer 2 and layer 3 switches is the programmable. The switches we have now, which I'm getting ready to return, everybody can see what everybody else is doing. There's a problem with spillover and stuff like that. Not where third parties found out really more expensive. They're about $1,000 a piece, but it's not going to break. Talked to after the meeting we had yesterday with the third spending allowance increased, and I'll get that knocked out today. So once those switches come in, we will have to open up a separate.
Are you talking like a credit card spending?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yep, sorry.
So you don't have a monthly, it's just a credit card
Yes, sir.
rotation.
Correct, sir. Yeah. Can't do is I can't use the hours we have normally saved up with our monthly hours to fix. So that has to come out of a separate work order. So issue, but the actual time it's going to take, which is at once, and then run the cables that is what I want to let you guys know what's going on, so there's no surprise when a bill comes across. Because if we don't have this, and one of the other switches dies in the server room back there, I'm knocking one floor out, I'm knocking out two, or losing two. The other side of that is that in the server room, the wires were not run or committed, so basically, should something happen, anybody can walk in, open that book up and go, this wire needs to go, sir, that I could just pull a cord out of one switch, put it into another, because the way those switches are, they're called smart switches. They're not configured correctly, it won't even work.
And you're looking at three pretty astute IT professionals.
I know, sir.
And I think all three of us are probably like that, but just move it from here to there and it's just gonna work, and I get it, I get it. And the more I deal with IT problems, not just here, but at my office, be protective safeguards.
Yes, sir.
Expectations are around, which we don't have, but in my head, I think it's like my house,
Right, sir.
and it's not, so.
Right, sir.
I got a couple questions, Scott.
Yes, sir.
The idea you had at the last meeting is the proper idea, that is to get out the cheaper switches that aren't gonna work. And have any documentation from vendor to say how long they're talking here?
That's the
Because
due answer.
depending on what that total is, would depend on whether or not you're gonna need to see if there's someone else that can do it.
From what I understand is that, and we mount them in the server rack, they can basically upload the configurations that was reconfigured and the replacement switch and bring those back up online. Now, what this does is, what I would say is to do it the right way, because I turn a switch off and
We'll be out for another week.
no ma'am, but mine has went down since I've gotten older. So, I would inflict a lot of pain on the courthouse from anywhere from 9 to 5, and that is not a road I want to go.
Say is, my workroom is a mess. So,
It is.
whatever time we take over the next few months to just try to start cleaning that up and color coding things and labeling things. Thought about, someone had given me the idea of reaching out, and it's still a possibility, I don't know how, because one of the techs done this before, that you use like kind of like an intern almost, but they would be able to come in and test the end. You'd say you pay them $25 an hour, but you'd pay half, and you'd almost use them like an intern for a project and like that. Now, we want to go that road or not, but only because I just know that if we have a technician, an actual tech, and you're doing it, you're like $100+ 3-hour project.
Check, and that's what I agree with as well. Now, see, when part of the cap program a router.
Yeah.
So if you have to do that, let's just say times 3, and you've already got the configurations, you're not talking about a 3-hour job.
I'm just talking about all that cleaning up of all the wires.
That's part of it.
Nobody knows really good.
Yeah, Roger.
I think that's gonna take
I think it should take more, at the most, a day. I would,
the switch configuration, or are you talking for the wire?
both, sir.
Okay. I get it.
And again, this is my background. Usually people who do, individuals who deal, not cheap. However, I'm not being, that aren't certified. So that's one thing I need to sit back and go, okay, hey, look, the company is willing to do this, and that of what we need. They don't have to have the magical piece of paper.
Because I had a commissioner once tell me,
Okay.
but I kind of understand his feelings. It has nothing to do with you.
I'm a commissioner under 50. That's it.
No, he was relatively young.
Well, sir.
The problem is, we probably literally had like some plugs that went into computers. Almost like like 5 years ago, we didn't have a.
Literally,
Not
the next, Comcast or someone like that connected all of our.
Came in, put in it's just not like that.
We're still about the same though in the number of computers.
Sir.
We just now have all this crap in the middle of it that no one understands except for him and 3 other guys that we're paying.
911 went from a telephone or 2 telephones to a whole literal complex. I mean, it's now.
No, it's not.
To the best 911 center in the state. Were you here when that was said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they already
Yeah.
did it already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. Oh, that's right, it's in the paper today. All right, I forgot. My mind's got a very
All right,
short.
well, I'll let you.
Get something on paper and,
Yes, sir.
and see,
So,
I definitely think we gotta get a backup switch.
No, I agree with
I got a
that.
question.
I don't-
Experience?
No, no,
I
he's
mean,
gonna get a
do
quote.
you know how
from-
much it costs for us to be down for a whole week?
No. Do you?
Well, we couldn't record, we couldn't do nothing.
So what did it cost us?
Did it get recorded?
Well, I don't know that right offhand,
Well, I
but
mean, you know what I mean, though, I mean,
You know
we're
where it goes?
down for a whole week.
I know, it was not good, I wasn't in your
And then we
shoes.
have the
I
election
get it.
coming up.
Oh, no, that's,
But you gotta be
I
open.
mean, there is such thing as talking to people.
I mean, you gotta be open.
But do you know what they were talking about?
We gotta be open.
They were mad.
Well, that's even better. You wanna, I always looked at that as a challenge, like, someone's gonna take a
Jim says, don't give me any more challenges.
No.
No, it's fine, Scott, get us some, let's just move on here. I mean,
Okay.
it was very frustrating for a lot of people.
okay, sir,
And
I do have,
Particularly your office, Kim.
all right, sir.
I know.
I don't know why, but yours was like the worst hit. I don't know if there's an answer, but
I do have the quote
Scott's will
for,
get it fixed.
I do have the quote for the remaining switches, that's not a problem. I just need to find out how much the labor's gonna be. And then I'll let you know.
That's gonna be probably.
Next.
It wasn't that bad.
Here,
Where is it?
at least kids on my soccer team, every time now, we went through every single stretch and it's like they forgot about it. It all counted normally tonight. My U8 team, on the other hand, nope, 6, 7, every single stretch. Can't, does anybody here not know that?
I don't do that.
Don't Google it.
I don't even know what you're talking
I'm gonna
about.
round this out. So Oliver's, if I see or hear anybody doing that during one of my school lessons, during our academic time, she said, I'm gonna stop what we're doing and you're gonna say,
Yes.
what does that mean? What does that mean?
History behind it.
Pretty sure it has to do with kids.
It started with,
Well, I don't know, guys.
because they said his dad said, well, he's about 6'7". Well, he never was that tall. So, maybe. And that's how I heard to come, like every kid in there. And now their parents are,
Why nothing?
yes. It literally means nothing, but
It's not.
there's a symbol for it, it's this, 6'7". Because that's what he was doing when he said, yeah, he's about 6'7". He's not, but say it.
It's a cultural moment, you know.
Some artists do our songs, so they do that.
Yes, who did that?
Right, next
All right, so really all we have to do, guys, with this, moving right along, all we gotta do is $2.37. That's what. I don't know. I'm not. There is no blame. It's one of those things. We're one of the 500. There's not. I told Marshall I felt like we were over a barrel. I don't know if that's a good thing to say. Problem is, we have to get it done.
No, they made
On
that
our
very clear.
job, and it didn't cost any other county a penny because they did it over time, and it just happened. It doesn't matter. It's
Like your address would be
Yeah, but we're done with
RR2, one box 156.
Well, that's the only part to swallow is that we, it
understand
doesn't
that
make
part.
any sense. And we have all the data done, that he's got some wrong ones every week.
Oh,
I don't know if that's someone's fault or if that's nobody's. It becomes where you take the money. Marshall said he'd be willing to split it, so I'd be all right with that probably.
accuracy is the big thing right now. I mean, they're simply not displayed. People will actually use their correct address. That's the problem. They've been told dozens of times and they continue to use the wrong
You
address.
mean when they make it?
Like Paul agreed to do the county addressing and then re-addressed everything on their own. But when people from Paul, your all's numbers just are, I swear they didn't tell anybody that.
But
they all use the same number.
Wouldn't it be the post office that would do it?
No, not by code. The post office won't even try to assign an address. They send everybody to Alex. And Alex, the problem with Paw is, when we done addressing, say we came from the mountain to the river, they start at the river and get back to the mountain. So unless you're right in the middle, they're completely different. Like 100's on this end and one numbering set, it's on this end of the street and the other one. So you only have to drive the one that the town gave them because that's the one their water and trash bills on. But addresses really don't mean anything to them because they use it
How
to
does the postal people?
also get your mail.
So
There
they
is
have
no
no
mail
boxes.
delivery in Balsa,
So physical address doesn't harm them in any way because they get all their mail at the post office.
except they call me and complain. The live-in campground on Sleep Care Campground, it's a live-in campground, it's the same way. And Alex tells them, upstairs.
Email we got that time from the postmaster down at Edgesville.
It ties in. The one, how that's handled, so it should not happen ever again.
And that wasn't necessarily our problem, though.
That was theirs.
Yeah, that particular.
They made a duplicate road named ours, that's in the same zip code. Ours was renamed first.
Okay. All right. Are you gonna make a motion for that? Or did you?
I haven't. The only thing I don't know, Marshall, maybe you know the answer to this. Is it in yours?
712
But your fund.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Is that Fund 7?
712 459, line item 459 should be carried over.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the expense to GeoCom, the amount to be paid. Boy, can't be 50% because there's an odd number of cents on that baby.
I'll take it.
50% plus 1 penny from Marshall's account and 50% minus 1 penny from carryover, 424, 458. Only comment over very many times yet in this fiscal year, so that should at least make you happy.
Yeah, well, it'd make me happier if this was.
January?
You're almost to November.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yep. Someone made a
Can I ask
question.
a question?
Okay.
I think the right people in the room right now actually asked this question. The town of Bath has an ordinance that requires short-term rentals to put their address on the wall. So that way if they must in Camp Potomac Peak, you can call EMS and say, hey, I'm at Camp Potomac Peak, they don't know where to go. But the town has an ordinance that says that address has to be listed on plaque inside of the building as a requirement. I don't know if EMS has a problem with that across the county, but if so, I think it would be a good thing for the county maybe to consider some type of ordinance similar to that.
It's already there. To do, how do I say this and try to be correct or not? Well, there's one large local vendor that does,
Like a management company?
rentals, they refuse. We're not doing that, we're using the names and that's all we're telling people. I wrote the entire, and they have the vast majority of it over on Coolquant, the 100 and whatever homes, there's one home that meets the county ordinance for addressing the way it's displayed.
For that then.
Technically, these gentlemen are supposed to send it upstairs, penalty, and an occurrence is defined per address.
I honestly, I don't think it's well known because the person who brought this up to me has properties within the town and within the county and knew about the town ordinance, but not the county.
Inside posting
Yeah,
on
that's
an address. He's talking about an outside posting on an address. So, well, as an aside, could you get a copy of that ordinance and just email it
That
to
would
us?
be great.
So
Yeah,
we
please
can
give me
see
a
it.
copy of that.
We'd have to, what we have to do is either an old ordinance,
It should be
or
the
God
address.
forbid we create a new
We
one.
do have
It should go, it should go into the address.
Aye.
Thank you, Rick, that's good, I didn't know that did it.
712, 459, I think that's where his carryover sits. It got the
And then the
mayor,
other half would came out of what?
our carryover,
Carryover.
420, basically.
That's actually a great idea, it probably should go in the actual address where it states.
Yeah, if you get it, get the wording, we'll see, we'll look into that for
Next
sure.
on the agenda.
I paid to volunteer. I'm just messing with you.
Okay. Next on the agenda.
Consent
agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Aye.
Aye. I'm good. I'm here for a while. Nice.
Hey, before you dismiss, I do have, yeah, don't dismiss it. I do have Parks and Rec
Next
meeting tonight, and, we are gonna talk, I've only shared the thoughts that came from our,
What are we talking about?
I was about to tell you if I can think of the right word. I've only shared that with the officers, and there were some questions, those are the ones I passed on to you.
Right.
And those are just questions for this evening to just talk about the plan and just see if anybody has any questions.
Absolutely. Because it's still gonna be a moving target.
Absolutely.
We just wanna,
That's great.
talking about that 16 acres that connects to the recreation area. You know, some lot of needs out there. One thing we'd like, where's the 16 acres on, the original 16 acres, we total 32 acres. And closer to, proximity to, as well as.
Only because now people do park sometimes across 522 and walk across 522 to get over there, and that's.
Because we had a soccer.
Time, usually Saturdays out at the baseball fields, there's people parking in the Ace parking lot, storage parking lot.
Is in the use, multi-use field, trails, walking
Amphitheater.
trails, maybe an amphitheater, and this is a phase project, obviously not everything at one time.
Unless we can, I mean, like money, like.
But we could have, you know, there's a, see, this is Land and Water Conservation Fund. which is we're gonna work with Region 9 to get, we were back down there to do a concept plan back some time ago. And conservation fund, which is, there is land and water conservation money in the original 16 acres, which could, but we have a convoluted, complicated, complex in their request now, and you have to have some engineering backing, so to speak, something to show them. And so that's what ultimately it'll make for a really not so long time. And that was the intention when purchased. I think at one time we did have, back when we were in a cell tower business, it ran out because of another one got built prior to it. But anyway, yeah, please, all Parks and Rec's input is important in terms of.
Might be down with one.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, we want to talk about my boards?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm desperate still. That would be willing to serve on our EMS board.
EMS and any others?
EMS board's what I need help on. Core group, but we've also attend the meetings who can be active. We only meet once a quarter. For me, it's been my toughest board to find members for.
Well, we're gonna find some members.
I hope so.
When we talk about this issue, you know, like the idea come from.
And
That'd be the best way to do it. I mean, got a job for you.
Popping $25 a meeting, so.
Oh, really? That's high. Actually, not very many of our boards pay something.
Yeah, PSP.
Okay.
Yeah. So I appreciate that.
So basically what you're saying is, you look like a jerk if you.
Peer pressure.
It's an option.
I didn't even know that. One way we got, my boards, I just think about them a lot, so, as a membership, so I'm good.
Well, we'll be on there. The only other thing that's going on that we talked about was the fishing. It's moving forward. I think we got the low bid, we got a third bid, so I think we're moving forward, getting the low bidder out there to start kind of making a path and making a pad for a parking lot.
Yeah, no, we have that right away, kind of, I've got to figure it out. There's two separate plats, and I think I have the answer, but I have to,
Well, maybe I should tell them, hold up a hot second then. I thought we all had done, but.
we just got to go to the Berkeley Land Survey and get that plat that's not recorded for some reason. And it is recorded over there somewhere, but it has a number on it, so they would probably have a record of it. It's either 880 or 808. I can't recall it.
You mean,
Yeah, that's
like
their
after the
number.
meeting?
Huh?
You give me a number, I'll go talk to her after the meeting.
But I'll have to go over to the records room with you and find the number. But where we looked up those, at that moment, I didn't know I had the answer to all.
Ah, I got you.
Besides the holding cell, which I've seen by accident.
I
Well,
don't
no,
know.
that ladder up to the top.
Yeah, that ladder up to the top is something you should go up.
Oh, go back to the network room, you wanna see something cool. Matter of fact, go to Marshall's network room.
Those places sound like dumps, so I don't want to go in there.
At first step's a doozy.
Tell you what.
Heck, I'd do it.
I know you would.
I'd rappel off the building too while I'm up there.
You could go and shine up those.
I could do some parkour stuff off the side.
Okay, anything else about something important?
Nope, I would move that you adjourn the meeting.
We have a